Safeguarding Global Sport. How data, collaboration, and regulation are reshaping betting integrity.
Good afternoon. My name is Khalid Ali. I'm the CEO of the International Betting Integrity Association. Firstly, I would like to offer my thanks to Sigma for inviting me here today. South Africa is one of the leading gambling markets across the African continent. And as you will be aware, the last decade has been a transformative period with the expansion of regulation across a range of major markets, such as the US, Brazil, as well as important regulatory changes across Asia and Africa. It's part of a general move towards licensed and well-regulated betting and gambling in general, which is welcomed by IBIA and our members. The availability of well-regulated sports betting brings both opportunities and challenges. Opportunities to maximize consumer activity and oversight with licensed onshore operators, the capability to enforce important consumer protection measures, and the interrelated ability to maximize taxable revenues. The principal challenge is establishing the right balance between regulation and taxation to ensure that the onshore regulated market remains attractive. However, no regulatory measures will be effective without consumer confidence in the integrity of the market and the betting products offered. Market integrity is of paramount importance, and this is where the International Betting Integrity Association plays an important role. IBIA is a not-for-profit that currently has 100 betting operators, including some of the largest betting operators in the world. In Africa, we have Betway and Pawatech as members. Established over 20 years ago by a small number of operators, we have grown as market regulation has expanded globally, and that includes well-known companies operating across Africa. So while it is possible you may not have heard of IBIA, you will have heard of some of our members. Our mission is simple but challenging: to safeguard sports, athletes, regulated betting operators and consumers from match fixing, and to maintain the integrity of sporting competitions around the world. In short, we are the first line of defense in the ongoing battle against match fixing and associated attempts to defraud regulated betting companies. Match fixing is a very global issue, but today I'd like to look at it from a perspective of the African market. The global expansion of regulated sports betting has been significant, with Africa reflecting this rising consumer interest. According to H2 Gambling Capital, Africa's total betting GGR is projected to grow from $3.5 billion in 2021 to about $19.5 billion in 2030, led by nations such as South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, and Kenya. The majority of this growth will go through online betting, which is predicted to reach 16.4 billion GGR by 2030, albeit up to 20% of that is forecast to be via offshore channels, highlighting the market challenges for African regulators. As sport betting markets grow in Africa, it becomes even more important to ensure suitable protocols are in place to strengthen sports and betting market integrity. These include the rise of new sports betting markets, including esports, women's sports, payment systems, as well as new technologies such as AI, crypto, blockchain, not to mention the latest hot topic in the growth of prediction markets. In response to this ever-changing environment, IBIA recently conducted an important strategic review, the result of which was Mission 2030. It provides a roadmap for our organization and our members. We believe the core principles are equally important to the broader sports betting integrity landscape. Mission 2030 recognizes that data from effective market monitoring is a foundation of sports integrity ecosystem. Thankfully, we have never been better equipped from a data perspective. IBIA's Global Monitoring and Alert Platform, or Global MAP, draws on the data and operational intelligence of our members, and it allows us to monitor over 1.5 million sporting events and more than $300 billion in bets annually. It allows us to identify and share alerts on suspicious betting across regulated markets worldwide. The benefits are clear. Our latest integrity report confirms that the total suspicious alerts reported by IBIA to sports gambling regulators and law enforcement bodies around the world hit 300 in 2025, our largest ever. 54 matches were proven to be corrupted, and 24 resulted in sanctions imposed on players, teams, and officials. From an African perspective, IBIA reported suspicious betting activity on 117 sporting events in the last 5 years, which has seen a concerning year-on-year growth. For our part, IBIA will continue to draw on the latest technologies and expand and strengthen the scope of our global monitoring footprint, notably across Africa. However, that can only be part of the solution. Balanced and effective national and international level sports betting integrity policy regulation is also fundamental. To that end, we are seeing very positive developments in that regard around the world. IBIA has been closely working with the Canadian provinces of Ontario and Alberta, as well as the Brazilian government, as they modernized their regulatory regimes. All include high betting market product availability for consumers, protected by market integrity requirements that betting operators are members of an international monitoring body. Ontario, which introduced its new regulatory regime in 2022, saw its onshore channelization reach 86% in 2024, and is forecast to hit 97% by 2028. While the new Brazilian regulatory framework launched in 2025 is forecast to achieve $34 billion in sports betting turnover by 2028. The benefits of a modern and effective regulation with wide-range betting product availability and effective measures to protect the integrity of the market are evident. In establishing that effective market integrity framework, cross-sector collaboration is absolutely crucial. All of us, integrity monitors, operators, sports, regulators, and law enforcement have a shared interest in raising integrity standards and creating the most robust and effective sports integrity ecosystem possible. Monitoring, investigation, and prosecuting criminals and creating a healthy, dynamic sports betting market keeps customers in the regulated market. That also means protecting athletes and officials from match fixers through sports integrity education programs. This is something that IBIA has been doing recently in Canada and Latin America with footballers and referees. We have long-standing information sharing agreements with leading sports governing bodies that include FIFA, UEFA, the International Tennis Integrity Agency, and the IOC, as well as numerous gambling regulators and law enforcement agencies around the world. This allows them to use our data and helps them to investigate and prosecute match fixing and combat fraud. But the scope of collaboration also needs to change. We need to bring new organizations into the sports integrity ecosystem. IBIA has therefore established a sports data group, data standards group with leading data providers and also a payment provider forum in Brazil to try and work collectively to detect and disrupt match fixing. In Africa, we recently signed an information working partnership with the African iGaming Alliance and are seeking to expand our collaboration with African-based operators and regulators. Collaboration is central to what we do, and we believe that there should be greater focus on building relationships across the betting sector. While the growth of sports betting around the world has raised the stakes in terms of sports betting integrity, I'm very optimistic that we can meet the challenges that it presents. We have already made significant progress with modern regulation, increasingly reflecting the importance of effective national betting integrity protocols aligned with international monitoring. This approach will ensure that regulators, sports operators, and most importantly, consumers continue to benefit from a dynamic and safe betting environment. We are committed to building on this progress and strengthening sports betting integrity by deepening our collaboration with regulators and operators across Africa. Finally, I'd like to thank the conference organizers for bringing us together to such an important discussion. Thank you.